In 1959, at Boston University, two very different young women sat in a classroom with 18 other young students, learning the art of words and the magic of poetry. The two women did not sit together, but they could not help but be captivated by each other's writing and by a feeling that they shared something other than the desire to make sense of the world through language. One of these young women, Sylvia Plath, had already achieved academic success, first at Smith College and then at the University of Cambridge with a Fulbright scholarship. Sylvia married a fellow poet 3 years before, and she had written a novel that would be published 4 years after she attended the poetry class at Boston U. She had also, like the protagonist of her story, attempted suicide at least once before. The other woman, Anne Sexton, discovered poetry in her 20s after a bout of postpartum psychosis drove her into bedlam and her own attempts to take her life. Anne was married with 2 children at the time she joined Sylvia and the other students in the poetry class, although she had many affairs, including with the instructor, fellow poet Robert Lowell. Sexton and Plath recognized in each other not only their immense talents, but those secret and not-so-secret desires for death. As the class progressed, they were pushed together by Lowell, and eventually a friendship developed. A friendship that was equal parts inspiration and sheer envy. Sylvia and Anne continued to correspond after the class ended, with Sylvia moving overseas to the UK. They swapped poems and shared books and good news, like the birth of Sylvia's child, and each wondered about the other. Did she defeat it? Or is the specter of death, beautiful death, still there? Both Sylvia Plath and Anne Sexton ended their lives, robbing them of their futures and us of their talents. And while we know of no poems that each wrote specifically about the other, we do know that each borrowed from each other. In this reading of 2 poems by Plath and 2 by Sexton, you will recognize certain themes, cadences, and even shared words. And that specter that each not only endured but ultimately embraced and envied each other for, that specter shimmers throughout each of these poems as well. I have gone out, a possessed witch, haunting the black air, braver at night. Dreaming evil, I have done my hitch over the plain houses, light by light. Lonely thing, 12-fingered, out of mind. A woman like that is not a woman quite. I have been her kind. I have found the warm caves in the woods, filled them with skillets, carvings, shelves, closets, silks, innumerable goods, fixed the suppers for the worms and the elves, whining, rearranging the disaligned. A woman like that is misunderstood. I have been her kind. I have ridden in your cart, driver, waved my nude arms at villages going by, learning the last bright routes. Survivor, where your flames still bit my thigh, and my ribs crack where your wheels wind. A woman like that is not ashamed to die. I have been her kind. I have done it again. 1 year in every 10 I manage it. A sort of walking miracle. My skin bright as a Nazi lampshade. My right foot a paperweight. My face a featureless, fine Jew linen. Peel off the napkin. Oh, my enemy, do I terrify? The nose, the eye pits, the full set of teeth. The sour breath will vanish in a day. Soon, soon the flesh, the grave cave 8 will be at home on me. And I, a smiling woman, I'm only 30, and like the cat I have 9 times to die. This is number 3. What a trash to annihilate each decade. What a million filaments, The peanut-crunching crowd shoves in to see them unwrap me hand and foot. The big striptease. Gentlemen, ladies, these are my hands, my knees. I may be skin and bone. Nevertheless, I am the same identical woman. The first time it happened, I was 10. It was an accident. The second time, I meant to last it out and not come back at all. I rocked shut as a seashell. They had to call and pick the worms off me like sticky pearls. Dying is an art, like everything else. I do it exceptionally well. I do it so it feels like hell. I do it so it feels real. I guess you could say I have a call. It's easy enough to do it in a cell. It's easy enough to do it and stay put. It's the theatrical comeback in broad day to the same place, the same face, the same brute amused shout. A miracle that knocks me out. There is a charge for the eyeing of my scars. There is a charge for the hearing of my heart. It really goes. And there is a charge, a very large charge, for a word or a touch or a bit of blood, or a piece of my hair or my clothes. So, Herr Doctor, so, Herr Enemy, I am your opus, I am your valuable, the pure gold baby that melts to a shriek. I turn and burn. Do not think I underestimate your great concern. Ash, you poke and stir. Flesh, bone, there is nothing there. A cake of soap, a wedding ring, a gold filling. Herr God, Herr Lucifer, beware, beware. Out of the ash, I rise with my red hair, and I eat men like air. You do not do any more, black shoe in which I have lived like a foot for 30 years, poor and white, barely daring to breathe or achoo. Daddy, I have had to kill you. You died before I had time. Marble heavy, a bag full of God, ghastly statue with one gray toe big as a Frisco seal, and a head in the freakish Atlantic where it pours bean green over blue in the waters off beautiful Nauset. I used to pray to recover you. Do. In the German tongue, in the Polish town, scraped flat by the roller of wars. But the name of the town is common. My Polak friend says there are a dozen or two. So I never could tell where you put your foot, your root. I never could talk to you. The tongue stuck in my jaw. It stuck in a barbed wire snare. Ich. I could hardly speak. I thought every German was you, and the language obscene. An engine, chuffing me off like a Jew to Dachau, Auschwitz, Belsen. I began to talk like a Jew. I think I may well be a Jew. The snows of the Tyrol, the clear beer of Vienna, are not very pure or true. With my gypsy ancestress, and my weird luck, and my tarot pack, I may be a bit of a Jew. I have always been scared of you, with your Luftwaffe, your gobbledygoo, and your neat mustache, and your Aryan eye, bright blue. Panzerman, oh you, not God, but a swastika, so black no sky could squeak through. Every woman adores a fascist, the boot in the face, the brute heart of a brute like you. You stand at the blackboard, Daddy, and the picture I have of you, a cleft in your chin instead of your foot, but no less a devil for that. No, not any less the black man who bit my pretty red heart in two. I was 10 when they buried you. At 20, I tried to die and get back to you. I thought even the bones would do. But they pulled me out of the sack, and they stuck me together with glue. And then I knew what to do. I made a model of you, a man in black with a Mein Kampf look, and a love of the rack and the screw. And I said, I do. So, Daddy, I'm finally through. The black telephone's off at the root. The voices just can't warm through. If I've killed one man, I've killed two. The vampire who said he was you and drank my blood for a year. 7 years if you want to know. Daddy, you can lie back now. There's a stake in your fat black heart, and the villagers never liked you. They are dancing and stamping on you. They always knew it was you. Daddy, Daddy, you bastard. I'm through. Who will forgive me for the things I do, with no special legend of God to refer to, with my calm white pedigree, my Yankee kin? I think it would be better to be a Jew. I forgive you for what you did not do. I am impossibly quilty. Unlike you, my friend, I cannot blame my origin, with no special legend or God to refer to. They wear the crucifix as they are meant to do. Why do their little crosses trouble you? The effigies that I have made are genuine. I think it would be better to be a Jew. Watching my mother slowly die, I knew my first release. I wish some ancient bugaboo followed me, but my sin is always my sin, with no special legend or God to refer to. Who will forgive me for the things I do? To have your unreasonable hurt to belong to might ease my trouble like liquor or aspirin. I think it would be better to be a Jew. And if I lie because I love you, because I am bothered by the things I do, because your hurt invades my calm white skin. With no special legend or God to refer to, I think it would be better to be a Jew.